Ready. Great. So welcome again. Tonight we're going to be talking about the new strategy. We're going to talk about why I believe PLC will still hit 100,000, why there is no cause for alarm. I'm going to explain to the best of my ability what's going on, what the new announcements are, what I am doing personally, and what I advise or recommend. At the end of the day, everybody here has to make their own personal decisions. I'm not a financial advisor. I can't tell you what to do with your money. I can share what I'm doing with mine, what's making me excited and what I'm thinking about. But as I always say, everybody has to take responsibility for their financial outcome. Do not delegate your wealth. Do not delegate your financial planning, right, to anybody else, no matter who it is. And at least the people that we are looking up to, the richest people I know personally and even in the world, they actually direct their own money. They tell the financial planners what to do. They tell their accountant what to do. They tell their lawyer what they want them to do, not the other way around. So let's start imbibing that culture of responsibility, especially because we are in the crypto market. We're in the crypto industry where it's deregulated, it's decentralized. Everybody has to take responsibility. And that's the first thing that we are seeing right here. You are on this call, you are taking responsibility to learn, to know what's going on, and how to navigate in this interesting time. So today we are going to be talking about, I'll take questions today. I'll take questions as much as I can within 1 hour. And we're going to talk about the swapping, the new blockchain that is coming up. We're going to talk about PLCU Classic. What does it mean? Where you are. Some of us are confused. Some people are they're just done. Like, I can't even cope with all these new things. It's too fast. So this is a family meeting, and I will try as much as possible to break it down in Nigerian English in a way that we can understand. But please, if you have questions, put them in the chat. Because of time, I will not be unmuting people, so that we can take as much as we can within this 1 hour that I have. So if you have questions, please try to be as concise as possible, right? Craft the question in a simple way so that I can easily help to understand. So firstly, I've already said something, that we are in the crypto industry. And in fact, let me even see who is on the line, because it's been a while that we had a Zoom. Alfred Popola, Awoto Egbenga, Dr. Brenda, Oluwashola, Taiwo Ladele, Ogochuku. Okay, all right, I can see. Thanks for joining. Good to see everyone, and I hope we are doing well. Good to see everyone. All right, so in the crypto market, one thing is sacrosanct, one thing is constant, and that thing is change, is adaptability. There is no other financial market in the world that is as volatile or that is as rapidly, changing or transforming as crypto. One of the reasons why any project, for that matter, survives for a long period of time. So you must have heard Alex or anybody talking about how PLC Ultima or PLC has lasted 7 years in the market now. One of the reasons they can last 7 years in the market is because they have the ability to adapt. Okay, so these are some salient lessons or life or business lessons that we're actually learning, on this journey. But you're learning it in real life. So some of these lessons come with some pain, with some discomfort. But the whole idea is because we have had to reinvent ourselves multiple times along the way. That's why we are still here. Most of the projects that you do not hear of, or most of the projects that just disappear from the market, are projects that failed to reinvent themselves, failed to adapt. And one of the reasons is most of these guys are just people that have a good idea, but they are not really knowledgeable about the field. So if they have a good idea, they launch it, and when everybody comes in, if they hit a roadblock, the person doesn't know how to navigate. So the project ends there. But one of the things we are seeing with this project, which actually should give you a lot of confidence and assurance, is that the person leading this community is an expert, is a professional in the industry. So when a challenge comes up, either it's from us, our system, or either it's from outside, he is able to navigate. And that's what you can, build upon for the next couple of years, as you're making your decisions on how much you want to invest or how much commitment you want to put into this project. So that's one of the reasons we are still here. And I came into this project in 2020, December 2020. So yeah, so I'm 2 years old. And in fact, today, December 19th, marks my first my anniversary in PLC Ultima. So I bought my first Ultima farm December 19th last year. And that farm actually expired. So I'm just trying to check my farm. That farm should have expired this afternoon. All right, so I'm going to check later on to see if they release my coins and all that. So yeah, that's that. But we have to adapt, and that's one thing that we have that one in this community. We adapt, and the people at the helm of affairs, they know exactly what they are doing. The challenge comes when the corporate is taking a decision and the community is, there's a gap. So because a lot of us, at least I would say 90% thereabout, but majority of the community, this is their first time in crypto. There are those of us who've been around in crypto and, we know what's going on. We can smell, we can sniff and say, oh, something's wrong here. We understand basically how this market works. But majority of us, even in my team right here, I would say probably 80 to 90% or even more are people who are, this is their first time in crypto, or maybe they've done it once, they failed, they ran away, and then this is their second time trying it again. So there's always that gap, all right? But what you always need to do in this kind of situations is to deploy a lot of patience and just try to follow the trend. One of the abominations you can do in crypto is to set and forget. If you set and forget, just wait for 2-3 weeks. By the time you come back, everything has changed. The ground is always changing because the rules are still being set. This is not like stock or Forex or real estate where they've been on for donkey years. Governments still don't even know how to regulate this industry. So you understand, we are first movers, and what we are doing in PLC Ultima is not just making money in crypto. Alex is actually rewriting the rules because right now it's a free for all. Anybody can come and create their own idea and implement it. So what we are doing in this project is special. And that's why I shut down everything I was doing in crypto. And I've been in crypto for 6 years or 5 years before I found this project. I shut down everything and I focus 100% here. It's not because I don't know how to trade or invest or flip, but I understand that, look, what we are doing here is special. Okay. And number two, I don't know I said it on the group multiple times. I don't know any wildly successful or stinkingly rich person who got there by scattering their energy all over the place. They always have one major bucket that they worked on and they scaled for a long period of time. They found that one bucket and they milked it, and that's how they became wealthy. Now, when they are wealthy, they can now begin to diversify, and other things, but you need to focus. And 2 years ago, I made that decision to focus. And I mean, the rest is history, guys. Like, I have absolutely no doubts or no regrets about making that decision. And I probably would tell some of you that you actually need to focus. All right. Don't do this thing half-assed, just focus, consolidate your efforts. Maybe you have a primary business you're doing. Focus on what we are doing here. Just try and understand it. Get with the motion, get with the current, with the movement. You will make money from here. And you can use that money to start sorting out other things, investments, really, all those other things you want to do, but you have to focus. So that's for somebody. All right. So one of the things I said is that Alex is committed. He's not going to run away. Okay. He's not that kind of person. At least we've met him personally a couple of times. And he has shown us his heart. All right. So he's not here for the money. He's here for impact to make this thing work. So Alex is going to be here 5 years, 10 years from now. If anybody's going to quit, it is either you that will quit or me. Alex is not going to quit. So that one is in concrete. The next thing we look at is the technology, the product, what we are offering, the use case. It's like breakthrough. This is like next level. Most crypto projects are not even where we are in terms of utility, application in real life, all these things. So this is like we have a breakthrough idea that is already being implemented. It's already working. The debit card is a revolution on its own. The real estate cashbacks and all those car, programs, travel, like this is like actually next level stuff we are doing here. You understand? So we have that on check. The third thing you can look at, the leaders in terms of the marketing now, the marketing team, the leaders, them Dr. Favor, Terry James, Elias Pape, these guys are billionaires. They don't have to work a single day in their, and I'm not exaggerating, they are making tons of money, or they've made tons of money. But the reason they are still here is because this project is special. It's not a project where you hit and run. It's not that kind of project. Some of you who are taking it like that are actually going to be wasting your time, and you're going to be losing because you're trying to, take what you can take before the thing crashes, right? You are not going to be able to make the best use of it. So having a system where the top leaders are committed, those guys are not going anywhere. They're not going to any other company. All right, they're not going to any other project. All these top leaders, what happens is when leaders come into PLC Ultima and they see the heart of the CEO, the founders, they see the product, they see the opportunity, like, what else are you looking for? You've gotten, you're in paradise. Nobody pays more than this company, this project. There's no other marketing system on earth. And I've been marketing for 10 years, so I know what I'm saying. That you can get up to 81% in total bonuses and commissions. So what exactly are you looking for? So those leaders are not going anywhere. They don't need money anymore. They are just here for the vision. So those are some things you look at. And if we hit a roadblock somewhere in the middle, you need to look at these things. Has any of these things changed? Is the product still working? Is the CEO still there? Is the founding team still there? The developers, are they delivering? Are the leaders still pushing? You should all know that it's a matter of time we're going to go around it. All right. So I just wanted to clear that out. So we talked about the CEO, we talked about the leaders, we talked about the product, the technology. The last part we need to talk about is you. If all these things are in check, the last pivot, or what will I call it, point, is you. The last pillar is the community. And that's where the issue I see in this project is the community. That's the best thing about any system is the people. People bring diversity, leverage, but people can also be the greatest threat. Because if people are not educated, there's going to be herd mentality, and that can go anyway. It can be greed, like we saw when PLC was just launched. People were just jumping in, putting all their life savings, their rent, everything, without throwing caution to the wind. That was greed. We've also seen the flip side of massive fear. People are panicking. Oh, it's going to zero. Just sell all my coins. If I want to sell my farm, I want to sell my smart coin. Somebody has offered to sell his farm on the group. He says he uses house rent or something. He wants to sell his farm, sell the coins. Anybody that wants to buy, like, you can't sell your farm. So we've seen both sides. So that community, that's the main thing. If we can get the community right, but it's the hardest thing to get because it's an evolving thing. We are always going to be getting new people. We're trying to move from 1.5 million users to 10 million users in the next 12 months. So that 8.5 is majorly 90% are, newbies into crypto. We're trying to onboard people into crypto. So we'll always have this issue of education, all right, in our system. But we're here for the journey. Okay. So the better you have understanding about the system, about the market, about the opportunity, the better you can profit. Because if you look at all these leaders I talked about, I mentioned, that have been here since inception, do you know how many rebirths or reinventions have happened since that 7 years we talked about? But those guys stayed through till today, and they are still here. They're not going anywhere, but they've been handsomely rewarded for that resilience. So if at the slightest sign of hiccup in crypto market or in your personal life, you quit, that's on you. If you want to be successful, Tony Robbins said, find somebody who is successful and model after them. Just copy what they're doing. What's Dr. Favor doing now? Is he faced? There's a new coin. PLC is going to crash. What exactly is he doing? He just, I think he's in London now. He just did a workshop yesterday. In London. And he's still building. Those are the guys that get the reward. So while all this thing is going on, we're going to talk about PLCU Classic, the swap and all that. But I just want to lay a framework. And my commitment to my team is I will always bring education. I will always bring clarity. I will bring training to the best of my knowledge. All right. And I'm not pretending to be the sole harbinger of knowledge. I always expose you to other leaders. All right. If there's a Zoom happening, I'll tell you, all of us, let's go and learn. What I'm sharing with you today about this new development are things I learned from Alex's webinar. I've attended 4 webinars between Saturday and now. All right. And I've watched replays. So that's how we learn. But all of us can learn together. The more knowledgeable we are as a community, the better for us. Because I don't have all the answers. Somebody else can come and say, you know what? I think this strategy will work. Alex is not going to tell you what to do with your farm, but we can come up and say, you know what, if you put 60% of your farm in PLCU, leave 40% in PLCU Classic, do this and do that, I think it will work. We'll look at it and say, oh, this actually makes sense. And we do it. But you can't have that kind of interaction if we're not knowledgeable. So that is a charge for us to, put in more commitment and just try and learn this thing. Let's go into what's happening. Okay. What's happening, which is I'm sure a lot of people are like, but see, just go straight to the point. I beg, I don't have time. Okay. So there are a few things that have happened. One, it is no longer news that we are going into what we call crypto winter. Now, crypto winter doesn't mean the market is down. It means the market is dead. That's what it means. So it's not a bear market. A bear market means coins are going down. Winter basically means nothing is happening. That's what winter means. There's no growth, right? Flowers don't bloom or don't grow in winter. They wait till summer or spring, and then they begin to blossom. So when we say crypto winter, we've been experiencing a bear market for quite a long time. And let me share my screen so that I can go to here. Let's see. CoinMarketCap. So if you attended the other webinars, you would have seen something like this. Let's just check the. Okay, let's check Bitcoin. I was going to check market cap. Let me see. Okay, so market cap. So this is the chart. This is the Bitcoin chart, right? And you can see this is the first pump. I don't know if you can, let me, okay, yeah, I think you can see my screen. July, sorry, trying to zoom. I've scattered this thing. Give me a moment. So basically showing you the cycles that we've had in the market. You see from here, this small thing you're seeing here, that was the first major pump we had in the crypto market. Everybody was selling. At this point, I remember I was living on the island. People started selling their, I started seeing billboards like Luno saying, if you are seeing Bitcoin on Ozumba, it's time to buy Bitcoin. No analysis, no diligence. It was just a frenzy. People were just, throwing money in it, and it was just massive greed. Went up there all the way, you see, from what? From 17 billion market cap all the way to 700 billion, all right, market cap. And then it crashed in early 2018, okay, to 260. So this was a serious crash, like almost an 80% crash or something like that. All right. And then we had what we call crypto winter. So this is why the 4-year cycle comes in. 2017, 2018, 2019, 2020, 2021. Every 4 years that the Bitcoin halving, because that's what basically drives the market. All right. So after this point, we went into a bear market all through 2018. And then we now had what we call crypto winter. You see all this place here? All this place here was crypto winter, meaning nothing was happening. People gave up about crypto, sold all their coins at a loss. And then what happened in early 2021 was we had the halving, and then Bitcoin started pumping again. Everybody started jumping back into the market. So I'm just trying to explain what crypto winter is. Now, what's happening in the market right now? We are seeing we've had a bear market. Bear market means the market is going down since November. By the way, this was when I sold all my other crypto. Yeah, November. Last November, I think I sold November 16th or 17th. All right. And the market has been crashing, has been down since then. Can you see? Since last year. So if you've made 100%, you've doubled your money in this business, or you've made 50% profit, all right, you are better than anybody that bought crypto or bought Bitcoin last year, or any crypto, Ethereum, Polygon, name it. You are better off than 90% of the market. You see, the market has been down, but you can see this flatness here. That's what experts are saying, that we are entering another crypto winter that may last 3 to 4 or even 5 years. So what this means is most people just give up on crypto and say, you know what, let's wait till the next bull run. Most projects die, there's no momentum. And Alex is saying that we are different. Our project is not based on the crypto market. If our community just has more education, all right, I wouldn't have even gone down to like 1K, because the sell-off that drove us down to 1K was mostly panic sales. The leaders were not selling their coins, but the newbies want to quickly get out. They need the money for rent, for food, and all that. So we are going into another crypto winter, and we don't know how long that will last, but our project has to evolve. All right. And Alex has been trying to get us on CoinMarketCap verified and also on Binance, all right, to bring in that liquidity. But he said, at least on his webinar on Saturday, he said we've been waiting for over 6 months for CoinMarketCap, and they are not really giving us any reason why they're not listening, because we fulfilled all the criteria. But probably because we have that network marketing attached to our project, or whatever the reason is, they're just not giving a green light, and they're not giving any reason. They're just saying no, no, no. All right, not approved. So he's saying, look, the situation that we are right now calls for action. Like, market is down, we're in crypto winter, people are losing faith, you guys are not listening to us. He says, I'm going to go ahead and launch the system, the full plan, that he has. Why we've been waiting for this Binance listing so that we can launch all the full plan. So he says, you know what, I can't wait for CoinMarketCap anymore. I can't wait for Binance anymore. They're going to come along the way. We're going to unleash our system, the full power of our system. And that's where this move to Tron is coming. But I can see that they are trying to kill like 3 birds with 1 stone, something like that. Number one is the crypto winter. We need something to push momentum into the system. Number two, CoinMarketCap is not basically playing along. So we need to move on with our system, right? And number three, we just came out of a very serious security breach or security issue, which they had to freeze the wallet, because you guys saw that they froze the wallet for maybe a month or so working on that issue. And Alex said on the webinar that the current technology, he knows that Litecoin technology, Litecoin is where our blockchain was built from. So just like saying somebody built, a software, you took the software, you now edited it. So they took the Litecoin blockchain. That was the best blockchain at the time, 6 years ago or 7 years ago when we launched. Litecoin was like the fastest, the cheapest, transaction fees, fastest, and most secure, basically. Litecoin is basically a better Bitcoin. Litecoin was built on Bitcoin technology, but just better. All right, so that was the best. So we've been using it for 7 years, and he knows that Litecoin cannot actually get us to where we are going because many things have changed in 7 years. There are better technologies. The security risks are increasing. So I'm sure probably after this security wahala, they're like, guys, let's just move. So we have to migrate that blockchain or the project to a more secure, a more faster, a more versatile, a more functional blockchain, which is where we are moving to Tron. All right. Now, many things can happen on Tron that we can't do on Litecoin. You cannot have what we call decentralized apps on Litecoin. Okay. Decentralized apps are like the way you have your mobile, iOS, and then you now have your mobile apps on it. So decentralized apps, or they call them dApps, they are apps that run on top of a blockchain. All right. So you can create smart, we have a smart contract for our farms, but that's like we're like a private blockchain. But when you have an open blockchain, any developer can come and deploy or design an application on your blockchain. So it will just be like Ethereum or Tron or Binance Smart Chain, and developers can come. So that's where we are going. But Alex said Litecoin allowed us to start in a kind of a cocoon, all right? And so that it can still, because we're still very young, it can still control some things, make sure that, this baby is kept until it's full blown. But right now we are going full blown. So we are moving to Tron. We're like we are playing the big leagues now. That's where we are going. But it's going to take a year for that transition. All right. So just follow me. The transition from Litecoin technology. Remember, we are not building on Tron. We're not going to become a Tron token. That's not what we are doing. It's just a technology we're going to use to develop our own blockchain on Tron technology. That's what we're doing. So it's going to take a year to transition all our infrastructure to Tron. But in that 1 year, we have to take care of the community, make sure that people that come in still make profits, make sure that there's growth that attracts people, because this is like the best opportunity, really. Everybody's scared. Nobody knows what to do in crypto. And they see this coin that is just going up, like, what are these guys about? And if they see that, this is like the opportunity to actually, sweep through the market and attract a lot of people. All right. So that's why I say, you know what? I think this is as some of the world leaders said, never waste a good crisis. Never waste a good crisis. And all these scenarios just form a good crisis moment where we can take advantage and just, achieve our goals. So that's what the transition is about. So we are moving to Tron blockchain. It's going to take a year for that transition. But within that 1 year, we have to put in place some measures for the community to still run and for people to, still make profits. for investors to be attracted, and for the PLCU coin to gain value in price. And that's where this whole classic and all these things come. So I'm going to attempt to explain this classic. Let me do a white screen. Where can I get this? I'm trying to do a whiteboard. Okay, let's just, can't find it. Let's just go to PowerPoint. All right. So right now, this is where we are, PLCU. Okay. If you were on the webinar earlier today, you already saw this explanation, but I'll do it for those who were not able to make. So you have PLCU, we know is blue, and where we are right now is Litecoin. We're on Litecoin technology, right? And we want to move to what? Tron. Basically, that's what we're trying to do. So what Alex has decided to do now is this PLCU that we have, that you are using, some of you have it in your farm, some of you have it in your wallet, the one we're using right now, nothing is going to change about the coin, the technology, or whatever. It's just going to change, number one, it will change the name to PLCU Classic. The name. So this coin that you are using right now, some of us, I'm still minting this coin because I've bought God knows how many farms I have, all right, and they are still working. So this same coin that we are using is what is going to be called PLCU Classic, because we are going to transition to Tron and have PLCU. So Classic is not the new coin. That's the first thing. Classic is not the new coin, all right? And let me change the color of this. So number one, why is my mouse misbehaving? Yeah. So the name is changing, and then the color is changing. So we are used to blue, background, blue dashboard, blue wallet, right? And all that. So it's going to update automatically. There's nothing you need to do. When this update is done, your apps will be updated and you will see green for PLCU Classic, and the name will change to PLCU Classic. Are you getting it? So the coin is still the same. Your minting is still the same. It's just the name that would change to PLCU Classic, and then your Ultima Farm, your dashboard will be green. The branding will change. But on the exchanges, like Coinsbit, is going to be PLCU Classic, but it's this same coin. So let's just call it the old coin. It's not really an old coin, but let's just call it old coin for sake of explanation. So what he's doing is, while they are building this Tron, is going to take 1 year. So let me say maybe 2024, all right? That they will launch this one. Alex now says, you know what? Let's give people an opportunity to swap from this PLCU Classic into the new PLCU, all right? And I'm going to show you how that works. Okay, so you have the opportunity to swap. Now, what is this swapping about? I told you that Alex is trying to kill 3 or even 4 birds with 1 stone. The reason most of us are actually not wealthy, forget crypto, is because we are not following the rules of wealth creation. We are eating our seeds. It's common knowledge in crypto that if you hold your coin for at least 4 years, if it's a good project, all right, you will come out in serious profits. And Alex has been, if you are here, you've heard about the golden rules that Alex sees on every webinar, the golden rules. So in this new system, Alex is going to integrate those golden rules into the PLCU coin. That's the new coin, if you can call it new coin. It's going to, that new coin just means it's following golden rules. It's a new system that follows golden rules. You still have your PLCU. It doesn't affect this PLCU. If you are minting, nothing changes. You still mint from your PLCU X into PLCU Classic, which is the one you're doing now. You just change the name. From your PLCU Classic, you mint, you will sell to USDT. If you want to do passive income with the minter, you buy PLCU Classic on the exchange, just like we're doing now, and then you swap it for PLCU X, and then you do your minting. You see that one is still happening. But optional, now you want to play by the rules. You can swap your PLCU Classic into the new PLCU. And what happens when you swap into the new PLCU is that, firstly, you're going to swap 1 for 1. So if you swap one PLCU Classic, you're going to get one PLCU. So it's 1 for 1, but the value is different. All right. So for example, right now, PLCU Classic is about 1,000 roughly, but the PLCU is going to be launched at 10,000. Well, let me put it here. That new one that they're going to launch, that they're going to open up on Tron, is going to be opened up at 10,000. Okay. So what happens is, let's say you have maybe 100 coins. So 100 PLCU Classic. That's what you have in your wallet. You now want to swap it. Swapping is optional. You can forget about this swapping. Like, you don't have to do it. You can continue with what you're doing. But let's say you want to swap. What is it about? Swapping just means I want to play by the rules, these golden rules that you are implementing in this PLCU Classic. Okay, so what happens is, immediately you swap your 100 PLCU Classic, you are going to get, it's going to be frozen. The 100 is going to be frozen. So let's say frozen or freeze. Let's say swap equals freeze. Just to explain. Okay. So once you swap, they're going to freeze the 100 PLCU. Remember, it's 1-to-1. So that means you are freezing 100 of this new coin. But once you freeze in your first year, so you are freezing for, is a 5-year contract, so to speak, a 5-year contract. So you're in the first year, you're going to get 2% of the coin. So let's say 2% will be 2 PLCU. You understand? 2 PLCU. And it's going to be paid monthly. So that 2% is what you get in the whole year, but they will give you in tranches. We understand that by now, 0.8 or something like that, 0.83, every month for 12 months. Now, remember that this new coin is launching at $10,000. Okay, so assume you get, just follow me first, assume you're getting 2 coins times 10,000. That's actually $20,000 value you are getting in 1 year. But remember, you have 98% left because it's only 2% you got, but you still have 98 coins. Are you getting it? So, but it's delayed gratification. So 98 times 10,000, that's like $980,000. Thereabouts. Is that correct? 98. Yes, like $980,000 future money, but it's frozen. So in the first year, you get 2%. If we're going to calculate that, roughly 20K. Now, if the price of PLCU goes up, that's going to be more and all that. So the second year, you're getting 5%, and that will be 5 PLCU paid monthly. Okay. And that's going to give you, again, second year, if the price is still 10K, which we know it won't be 10K, all right? But the whole idea is this: they want to massively increase the amount of coins that are frozen out of circulation, all right? So you put 100, in the first year, only 2% is coming out for you, but the value is high. Yeah, you getting it? So that's the strategy. When Alex says total domination, this is what he means. All right, 10 PLCU paid monthly. So just following this is like 100K. Okay. Now, you know that this your 100 PLCU is about 100K. In this example, it's about 100K. So in your first year, you made 20, second year, in this example, 70K. The third year, you've doubled your money basically. In the fourth year, you are getting, is it 20%? Yeah, 20%. So that's 20 PLCU paid monthly. So if that's the same price, and then in year 5, you're getting, what's this? 30, 35, 37, that's 63%. All right, so 63 PLCU paid monthly. So are you seeing it now? So this is the plan. And this plan rewards those who are willing to wait. That's it. So if you're coming as an investor, I want to invest in crypto, golden rules, wait for 4 or 5 years. In 3 years, you would have made all your money back. In fact, in your first year, you could have made all your money back because you launch at 10K, it could do 5X, it could do 10X. This new PLC, you will definitely move faster than Classic, the one we have right now. But every time you swap, if you swap this 100 coin, right, it is going to be burnt immediately. Any coin that you swap to this new one is going to be burnt immediately. So while this one is freezing, the Classic is being burnt. Are you seeing it? So both of them are going to rise. Both of them are going to rise. The PLCU may rise faster because the freezing strategy is more strict, is more crazy, and then you are delaying it. If you freeze PLCU Classic, you know that in 2 months you've gotten 100%. You know, that's what we are doing. But the PLCU, you're not even freezing it. The system will freeze it and give you 2, but the value of that is going to be serious. So the coin is going to be, it's very limited in supply, and that means the price will shoot up. This is one of the strategies to attract people and to reward members. Okay, but you have to play by the rules. So I hope we understand that. Every single coin that is swapped is going to be burnt. Now, we don't know how many users. It is totally optional. You don't have to swap it. Right now, if you are minting on PLCU, let's say you still have your PLCU farm, you are minting every month, you can decide, okay, I want to sell off my money, or I don't like the price. I mean, I bought at 30K and the price is showing 1,000 now. So even if I'm selling the coin like it's peanuts, it's fine. Let's say you have all your accumulated coin is 0.5 or 0.1. You can take the 0.1. 0.1 is, let's say is 1 PLCU, all your accumulated. You can take your 1 PLCU and swap it, because each one that you have is potential 10x, 10K. 1 PLCU Classic at 1,000, 1 PLCU new PLC at 10,000. By the time you add the demand to that, so it's an option. You can decide, I want to sell my coins, I'm not doing again. I just want to get my money out. I don't want to do 5 years. Or I want to keep minting. It's fine. You buy the minter, you put your coins, convert it to X, PLCU X. All those ones are still running normally. Nothing changes. But if your new introduction to this system is this golden rule principle for the Tron token, which is if you swap, It's going to be frozen. All right. And then you get that rewards. And you can decide, okay, you know what? I want to swap half of my coins to PLCU. And I know that, you know, I'm starting that long-term project and leave half for my cashing out and all that. So this one, you're still going to be cashing out monthly, right? But it's not 50% per month and all that. So, but you have a longer term focus. So this is basically what the swapping is about. You are swapping to a new token or a new coin, but it's not optional. If you do not swap, it's not like you are losing. You are going to have the whole of 12 months from January. You can't swap now. January is going to start. So you're going to have the whole of 12 months to know if you want to swap or not. Because this new coin we're talking about is going to be launched 2020. With this migration, is going to happen 2024, maybe January, or at least in the first quarter of 2024. So we have the whole of next year. Even if you are minting coins right now, and you say, okay, you know what, maybe by May, that's when I will have gathered some coins. Fine. By that May, you can decide to now swap. Are you seeing it? And you start your counting from there. So in summary, the PLCU we know right now is going to be called PLCU Classic. This is not a new thing. We have Ethereum Classic. So those of us who are crypto people, we know that the first version of Ethereum that came out was actually called Ethereum. But when they made a fork or an adjustment, the original one was now called Ethereum Classic. Ethereum Classic is still in existence. So Alex has not said that they want to phase out PLCU, but we know that the minting, the farms are not being sold anymore. So by August next year, all PLCU farms would have expired, all minting by August, because I think August was when this year was when the farms went off the market. So the last farm would expire August next year, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, August next year. So no more PLC will be in existence. Are you seeing that? So all these things are happening at the same time. Alex has not said whether they are going to phase out PLCU. He did not say that. But we know that they are migrating the technology to Tron technology. And then PLCU is actually what is going to be the progressive coin. That's what we're going to be building on. So if you ask me, I think you should be a part of that, but you also have to have the knowledge that whatever you're putting in this new coin is a long-term thing. Even though we think it will be wildly lucrative, if you want to be getting your monthly, right, so you have to do your calculation in your head. How much do I want to commit to this? And how much do I want to keep in my normal minting? Okay, so I think that is about the summary of what is happening. I don't know if I missed out anything. So in summary, everything stays the same. Your cashback, anything that you are doing right now on PLCU is still the same. By January, the coin will automatically, change name to PLCU Classic. But all you are minting, you are swapping on Coinsbit, USDT to PLCU to PLCUX, and PLCUX back to PLCU to USDT. All that is still happening. But that PLCU will now be called PLCU Classic. So you see PLCUC on the exchange. Are you getting it? But it's the same process. Nothing is changing. The cashbacks, all of them are still they are still running, but it's just going to be called PLCU Classic. So that's just the change. And then the color will be green, no more blue, because we want to retain the branding of PLC Ultima as we are moving forward, which is as we are going to Tron technology. It's still our own blockchain. It's still going to be plcultima.info, our Explorer, and all that. It's still going to be our own blockchain, but it's going to be open. So institutions can come in Maybe a travel agency can come in and see our project. I like this project. Let me create, maybe Waka Now can come and create their own blockchain app that uses our cashback. You know, all those things will be possible once we can't do that on Litecoin. And some of you who are knowledgeable about crypto may have thought about it, that this is our blockchain. Where's the why can't you check it out? You know, our Explorer only shows the farms and all the other details, but it's not like say TronScan or Etherscan where you can go and check, you know, source codes and all those things. So when we move to Tron, you know, that's how it's going to be. So like we are going to the big leagues. Okay, so it's an exciting time. I started this webinar saying I have absolute trust in the leadership because they've proven to be visionary, to have integrity, and they're here for the long haul. Yes, there's a lot you have to learn, and it's like it's happening. At some point, I'm like, man, keeping up with this thing is a lot. But I also now thought about it. Making 50% per month, isn't it crazy that you're actually minting and getting 50% returns a month? Like, don't you think there's you know, anywhere there's yin, there should be a yang, right? Don't you think there is something, it should, that energy or that possibility should have a result or an effect somewhere? So if that effect is me having to constantly update myself, you know, commit, pay attention, update my data bank, oh, we need to swap to PLCU now. Oh, we need to do this. If that's the sacrifice I need to do to maintain this level of profit or profitability, is it not worth it? All right. So if you consider it that way, it's not a time to complain, oh, you know, they're now introducing a new coin. That's not what's happening. All right. Understand the game, understand the project, understand the direction, and position yourself. Okay. You may have watched this video like 3, 4, 5 times. So you may have to go back, watch the replay of this video, watch Alex's replay. Alex, on Saturday, Alex went into more detail, all right, about the market, about what we are trying to do, about the vision. He went into more detail with slides. So sit down, you know, go through it, watch it first time, take a break. After a while, it will settle. And then you can come up with a plan, all right? Some of you that say, oh, I don't have money to put to Frizo for 5 years. You have an opportunity. If you decide not to use the opportunity to generate capital, then that's your decision. Are you getting it? So I usually advise, if you are in crypto, your number one duty, they call it shilling, SHILL, to shout about your coin. If you invest in a coin, whether it's Cardano or Polkadot, you see these guys on Twitter, on Discord, on Telegram, they are in groups, always pushing their coin, talking about it. You guys, you can buy. That's the least you can do for your project because you are invested in it. Not to now talk of when you are getting crazy returns. And most of us are keeping silent. We don't want anybody to know that you are in this crypto, like it's a secret thing. So even if you are not getting paid, you should be telling people about this. But you have an opportunity to be handsomely rewarded, all right, by building a business on this blockchain or with this project. So in closing, I'll just say what I always say. The rules of money are the same. The principles of wealth are the same, whether it's in crypto or out of crypto. The only two people that can make it when it comes to money, the money game, number one, business people. Business people. That means you have a business that is generating money for you. Maybe you are doing farming, cocoa farming, or you are selling spare parts, or you are selling phone in Computer Village, or you are whatever it is. You have something giving you money, and then you can consistently put money in the market. Oh, you did this one, it didn't work. You did this one, it didn't work. But you have something you are putting every month or every quarter. At a point, there's a season, there's a timing that the thing will break, and then you will reap all the things that you think you've lost. That's how the money game works. But you must have the resilience. Something must be paying you that money to constantly put. You can't put $100, $200, $500 in crypto, or $1,000, and you sit down and like close your eyes and you are like, make it go up, make it go up, make it go up. You need to have a plan. What's the plan? All right. So it's either you're a business owner. Now come down to our system. The business people in this project are not complaining at all. As long as there's a product to sell and there's commissions to be made, I will forever be okay. Even if the coin goes down, I'm just saying, if the coin goes down, I as a business owner, right, as long as the project is still on, it's not like it's crashing or anything. All right. I know it's a seasonal thing, but I still have an income source. I still have an income stream. Okay. So business people can afford to wait. That's just the rules. That's the rules of the game. Now Alex is integrating it into the system by force, because either way he has to take care of the project. Okay. So if you're a business person or you're an investor, if you're an investor in this project, that means you don't want to do the business, then you should be able to keep the money there and not stress your investment. That you want to collect, or something happen, you want to collect all your money, you want to sell all your coins, putting downward pressure on the project. You are killing the project. You know, most of us, it's funny, like immediately your coin comes out, you want to sell it off. And you are wondering why the price is going down. But you cannot really connect that you selling your coin is part of the downward pressure. If 1 million people are selling their coins as soon as it drops, where's the space for it to go up? We saw that when this wallet thing happened, the price of the coin started going up. So there are people still buying, but we have more people selling out of panic. So by force now, they've integrated it into the system. If you want to be rich, if you want to be wealthy, follow the system. If you don't want to be wealthy, you understand? That's the way it's going to be now. Some people will come out of this thing extremely wealthy, extremely well off, extremely profitable. And some others will just take their coins, they are minting, and they will mint 50% per month, and they will still eat everything. Are you getting it? So that is what we have here. You have to decide, am I a business person? Am I an entrepreneur? Or am I an investor? Those are the only two classes. If you are a business person, there's an opportunity. Let's do business. Let's grow this project from 1.5 to 10 million. Let's make serious money along the way while doing that. And then part of that money, we can put it into the new PLCU and leave it, because we are making money anyway. All right. If you are an investor, then put your money down and support the project and talk about it and wait for the vision to materialize. If you are not an entrepreneur, you don't want to do the business, you don't have money to put and wait, following the golden rules, then please, what are you? I want to know. You have to be one. You have to be an investor, or you have to be an entrepreneur. The only other thing that is there is a gambler. That's the only other category of people in crypto. The speculators. You are here and you want to quickly cash out, right? But those are the guys that always get burnt. But all that is going to stop. So that's all I have. I think you are over an hour. If you have questions, let me look at the chat. So please put the questions there, and I will answer. Let's just take the next couple of minutes to answer the questions. So for swapping of PLCU Classic to PLCU on Tron X, will the ROI be monthly or annually? So for the swapping of PLCU Classic to PLCU on Tron with the ROI, okay, I think I've answered that already. If you're talking about this, what I mentioned here, this 2% is paid monthly. But if you freeze 100 coins, you are getting 2 coins. But number one, the price is launching at 10,000, and it probably go to 20, 30, 40, 50. So, but you're getting 2 coins, all right, in that year. But you're going to get it 2 divided by 12. So 0.16, 2 divided by 12. 0.16 coins every month you will get, and that 0.16 at 10,000 is $1,600 monthly. All right. So in the first year, and if the price goes up, it goes up. So Mr. Sam said, I don't miss. You don't miss. So go and watch the replay. My PLCU farm smart contract will last in November 2023. Expiry of farm in August. Okay, 2023 is confusing. Clarify. Okay, now your farm validity is different from your smart contract validity. So if you are saying your smart contract will last in November, that means you can create multiple smart contracts in your farm. All right, but the day you activated your farm, the validity of 12 months is already counting. So that means you activated your farm in August, or thereabout this year. So you have from August this year to August next year, to use the farm. But within that 12 months, any period that you create a contract, that contract will last for 12 months. So your contract that you did in November, okay, is going to outlive your farm. So even when your farm has expired in August next year, that contract will still be executed every month until November. So even by August next year, you can still create a smart contract that will last till 2024. As long as the farm is still valid, you can create a smart contract. But once the farm validity has expired, you cannot create a new smart contract. But the ones you've created are still bound to be executed for 12 months until they elapse. That's that. If you have PLCU farm you have not loaded and you click get profit, is it going to affect it in August next year? I don't understand that question. If you have PLCU farm you have not loaded and you click get profit, is it going to affect it in August next year? Is it going to affect what? Is it going to affect it in August? I don't understand the question. I think if you're asking if you can create, as long as your farm is still valid, you can create. Let's say if you bought the farm in October, that means by October next year, that's when it will expire. So in August next year, you can still create. All right, as long as the farm has not expired. No one gets farm after. No. I'm talking about PLCU farm, not PLCUX. All right, PLCU farm is what I'm talking about. Sorry about that. So I'm talking about PLCU. PLCU farms have stopped being sold since August this year. Since August this year. All right. So by August next year, all the PLCU farms would have expired. That is not PLCUX. PLCUX farms are still being sold. And I told you that this process was a 3-year process that's ending 2024. This minting activity is a 3-year process that is ending 2024. So that means our PLCUX, we still have 2 years to mint on PLCUX, because anything you mint in X, you still have to convert it to PLCU. So X is just indirectly minting PLCU, which will now be PLCU Classic. So when you mint your PLCUX, you convert it to Classic first. From Classic, you now decide, do I want to sell it to USDT? Do I want to use it for cashback? Do I want to put it on my debit card? Do I want to swap it to the new PLCU? Are you getting it? So PLCU Classic is still basically at the center of the operation. So no one gets PLC. No, you will still be able to buy PLCUX farm. Okay, I think I've clarified that. All right, any other question? I think it's like I did a good job. We don't really have too many questions. It looks like we don't really have too many questions. I can see Ene on the call. Ene, good evening. F. Who is F? Do we have okay, let me stop my recording since we're done.